ಗುರುದೇವರಾಜ್ಞೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಗುರುಗೀತೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ. ಗುರುವೇ ಸರ್ವಲೋಕಾನಾಂ ವಿಷಜೇ ಭವರೋಗಿಣಾಂ ನಿಧಯೇ ಸರ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಾಂ ಶ್ರೀದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಮೂರ್ತಯೇ ನಮಃ. ಸದಾಶಿವಸಮಾರಂಭಾಂ ಶ್ರೀಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯಮಧ್ಯಮಾಂ ಅಸ್ಮದಾಚಾರ್ಯಪರ್ಯಂತಾಂ ವಂದೇ ಗುರುಪರಂಪರಾಂ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಿರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಾಯ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗಣೇಶಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಹಾಸರಸ್ವತ್ಯೈ ನಮಃ. ವಸುದೇವಸುತಂ ದೇವಂ ಕಂಸಚಾಣೂರಮರ್ದನಂ ದೇವಕೀ ಪರಮಾನಂದಂ ಕೃಷ್ಣಂ ವಂದೇ ಜಗದ್ಗುರುಂ. ಮೂಕಂ ಕರೋತಿ ವಾಚಾಲಂ ಪಂಗುಂ ಲಂಘಯತೆ ಗಿರಿಂ ಯತ್ಕೃಪಾತಮಹಂ ವಂದೇ ಪರಮಾನಂದಮಾಧವಂ. ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ತುತ್ಯ ನರಂ ಚೈವ ನರೋತ್ತಮಂ ದೇವೀಂ ಸರಸ್ವತೀಂ ವ್ಯಾಸಂ ತಥೋ ಜಯಮುದೀರಯೇತ್. 8th chapter, Akshara Brahma Yoga. Last time, the commentaries as they were given on two important shlokas of the 8th chapter, which are really very difficult to really follow what exactly Lord is explaining here. The 24th shloka. In the 23rd shloka, Lord suddenly shifts his way of Upadesha to a different level, all of a sudden. In the 23rd shloka, he says, "Now I will tell you, Arjuna, there are two ways what happens after death, that mysterious journey after life. There are two ways after death where an entity or a person or embodied soul or in subtle body, Linga Shariram, Sukshma Sharira, Jiva has different names. How he will go, where he will go, what happens. In one way, if he goes, he calls it as northern path, bright path, Devayana, Archimarga, Devapatha, Uttarayana Patha. In that way, if the Jiva embodied soul after death proceeds, that Jiva will reach Brahmaloka directly, ultimately, finally. And then he will never come back to the earth for reincarnation or the Punarjanma. In another path, if the Jivatma or the embodied soul after death travels in the southerly path, that is Pitruyana, the darker path, Dakshinayana Kala, then what happens? He will never reach the abode of Brahmaloka, but eventually, after the time lapse of whatever the subtle body Jivatma has to endure after death, then after that period, he has to come back for again rebirth, Punarjanma. So in one direction, Archimarga, Devamarga, Uttarayana Marga, Arjuna, you will never come back. Once you die here, your physical body collapses here, means you are finished. You will never come back to the samsara. There is no more bondage. No more you will enter into cycle of birth and death. The another southern path, Dakshinayana Marga, if you go, what happens? You have to come back. So that is the main purport of the next two shlokas. 23ನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ಎರಡು ಕಾಲಗಳಿದೆ ಅರ್ಜುನ. ಯಾವ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ಮೃತಪಟ್ಟರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ಯಾವ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೃತಪಟ್ಟರೆ ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ರಹಿತನಾಗಿ ಜನ್ಮರಾಹಿತ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಕ್ಷವನ್ನೇ ಹೊಂದಿಬಿಡ್ತೀಯ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನೀನು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಲೋಕವೇ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಿಯಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಎರಡು ಶ್ಲೋಕ 24 ಮತ್ತು 25, these two are important. Agnirjyotirah Shuklah Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Brahma Vido Janaha. It was stopped there last time. The next 25th sloka is the other path, southern path. He refers Dhumo Ratristatha Krishna Shanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyotir Yogi Prapya Nivartate. Yogi Tatra Chandramasam Jyotim Prapya Nivartate. Nivartate means he will come back. The yogi will come back to earth. That is the 25th. Verbatim meaning, in most of the commentaries, Acharyas have explained already. Last time it was told, again it will be repeated here. Illi, what Lord is telling is not referring to Brahmajnanis, Jivan Muktas, realized masters. First it has to be understood very clearly. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಯಾವ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಯಾವ ಜೀವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲವೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲವೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. A jnani, once he is realized in this birth itself, before the body is cast off, before the prarabdha ends and the death devours the body, jnani already has escaped the bondage. He has realized the self. He has become Atmanishtha. Brahmajnana has been attained. He has become the self itself. Then there is no question of coming and going. That is very clear. Because they have already become liberated while still living. They have become Jivan Muktas. In Vedanta, Jivan Mukta condition is also called Sadhyo Mukti. Jivan Mukti also called as Sadhyo Mukti. ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸದ್ಯೋ ಮುಕ್ತಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಯು ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Upanishads, they have very clearly mentioned, especially Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka, these two bigger, larger Upanishads, extensively they have dealt on this chapter of Punarjanma, journey of the soul after the death. Very, very extensive details are there. Then it refers to whom? All acharyas are very clear on this count. These two shlokas, what Lord is hinting here, they refer to mainly, repeatedly emphasizing the word mainly. The two shlokas refer to two categories of jivatmas, or two categories of people. The one category is, as the Lord uses the word Brahmavetta here itself. That is the confusing part. Agnirjyotirah Shuklah Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Vido Janaha. Brahma Vido Janaha Brahmam Gachanti, or Brahma Gachanti. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದರಾದ ಜನರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು, ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದೋ ಜನಃ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಿದಃ ಜನಃ means brahmajnanis. Accordingly, it means brahmajnanis tatra brahma gachanti. They join Brahmaloka, or they attain Brahmaloka. And the Lord is hinting here. Person who leaves the body in Uttarayana, the lunar, according to the calendar, last time it was told, the first 6 months, as per the lunar calendar of the Hindu Almanac Panchanga, from the time sun enters the Makara Rashi and he remains next 6 months and he enters later Kataka Rashi after 6 months. Roughly it comes to the January 14th or 15th of every year, usually 14th of January, Sankranti, we call Makara Sankramana. That is the commencement of Uttarayana Punyakala, the 6 months journey of sun. Makara Sankranti in the Prati Varsha Uttarayana Punyakala Prarambha Agatte. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನವರಿ, ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ, ಮಾರ್ಚ್, ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್, ಮೇ, ಜೂನ್, ಜುಲೈ, ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 1 or 2 days before around the Guru Purnima day. The sun will next enter Kataka Rashi. So those 6 months are Uttarayana Punyakala. So roughly you can say from January middle to July middle 6 months. Uttarayana. From January middle to July middle of every year. ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಈ 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಅಂತ ಲೆಕ್ಕ, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಲೆಕ್ಕ. ದಿ ಪಂಚಾಂಗ, Hindu almanac, is very clear on these things in the worldly sense. Movement of sun in the zodiacs. ಸೂರ್ಯನ ತಿರುಗುವಿಕೆಯ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾಲಮಾನಗಳು ಸಾವಿರಾರು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋದು, ಇವತ್ತು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಯಾವ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ from January to July, in the daytime, that too in the Shukla Paksha of the every month, the first 15 days of every month. If a Brahmajnani leaves the body, or if death occurs to the body, he will go to Brahmaloka. So if you take that verbatim meaning here, Lord is talking, not anybody else. Utter confusion. That is why our Gurudev used to say all the time, why Bhagavad Gita is difficult to follow. In the sense, why it is difficult to really understand the deeper insights of what Bhagavad Gita means. Can we say, Lord is telling like this, then can he lie? ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಈ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಹಗಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಡೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ದಟ್ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ 15 days ಶುಕ್ಲ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ತೀರ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, ಮರಣ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಳಿದ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಉಳಿದ ದಿವಸ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಅದೇ ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಟೋದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, all such questions are there. That is why Lord is using the word Brahmavida. So we have to understand, Acharya Shankara has made very clear, all Acharyas are very clear on this point. Here Lord using the word Brahmavida means not in the absolute sense Brahmajnani. Please remember, such exalted souls, such Mahatmans, such noble souls with total penance and austerities, such great Mahatmans and yogis who have understood clearly, precisely Brahmajnana, but at the time of death they have not yet attained the final beatitude, the final grace of God, and they have not directly perceived the truth. Such Brahmajnanis are also called Brahmajnanis. Only a small fraction of a step is just there below. They have almost reached, but 0.1% yet to complete the journey of Brahmajnana, attainment, total, absolute, direct experience of enlightenment. That was about to occur, but death devoured the body. Such great Mahatmas, please remember, such great yogis, Santa Purushas, they are all Santa Purushas, please don't get confused. They are not ordinary. They are also Brahmajnanis. And what happens to them? And Lord hints here, they go to Brahmaloka. And in the Brahmaloka they stay for millions and millions and millions and millions of years until the Mahapralaya occurs. There they will attain the Brahmajnana. So that is Vedanta says krama mukti. ಮಹಾತ್ಮರು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದದೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳೇ ಅಂತ ಲೆಕ್ಕ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅವರು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದ ನಂತರ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಮ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೇಹ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಿದೇಹ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತಾಸ್. That is exactly what he means. Tatra prayata gachanti brahma vido janaah. If you don't understand like this will give you confusion. Somanathanandaji, who has written extensive Vyakhyana on Bhagavad Gita, he has made this point very clear, very interesting observation. Other acharyas have not done that. Somanathanandaji has made a very interesting observation here, and he puts a small question during his commentary on these two shlokas. All of a sudden, why Lord has introduced these two shlokas here? They are really confusing. They are not required. They are really confusing. We don't know why Lord is mentioning these two shlokas here. In what context? Maybe because to highlight the importance of Uttarayana Punyakala, brighter path. ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ 6 ತಿಂಗಳ ಆ ಕಾಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠವಾದ ಕಾಲ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ವರ್ಷದ 12 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲ 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ 6 months ಈಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಎ ಬ್ರೈಟರ್ ಸೈಡ್, ಎ ಬ್ರೈಟರ್ ಪಾತ್, ಅರ್ಚಿಮಾರ್ಗ, ದೇವಯಾನ, just to in comparison to the next 6 months. Lord might have used these two shlokas. That is Somanathanandaji. If you don't correctly understand this, the insight, always this shloka remains confused. Majority, our Gurudev was telling me, while the new edition of Bhagavad Gita, Science of Bhagavad Gita, was being printed here, enlarged version, what you see today, the enlarged version of the Science of Bhagavad Gita. Gurudev had called me and given me this work. I don't know what made him to give me the work. To go through all the shlokas once again, the Sanskrit shlokas, and see that they are edited properly with their transliteration in English. So at that time, so many such doubts used to be there here. And like that, I used to ask some of the doubts suddenly when they crop in the mind, and he used to answer those things. And he mentioned the same thing. Verbatim meaning given in most of the commentaries, people will never understand. They only think, Gurudev's words, please remember. Gurudev ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನನಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇದು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಓದ್ದವರಿಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ 2 ಶ್ಲೋಕ. ಆಹಾ, ಮೊದಲ 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಪುಣ್ಯಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಗಲು ಹೊತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತೀರ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರ್ತೇವೆ. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ನಮಗೆ ಸಾವು ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಹಗಲು ಹೊತ್ತೇ ಬರಲಿ. ಫ್ರಮ್ January 15th to July 15th, let me die only in the daytime. Lord, give me that benefit, so that you have told that we will directly enter Brahmaloka. ಜನ ಹಾಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಹಗಲು ಹೊತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಆ ಹಗಲು ಹೊತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಗಲಾಗ್ಲಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಆಗಲಿ ನಾವು ದೇಹ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ. ಇದು ಜನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ ಹೇಗೆಪ್ಪ? ಇನ್ನು ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಯನ, the next 6 months if you take, what happens? As Lord says in the next sloka here, we are coming to that today. If I die, people think, that's what our Gurudev said. People who have gone through Bhagavad Gita, people who are really noble individuals, people who are highly virtuous, people who are highly religious, people who are extremely good scholars in Sanskrit and Vedas, they think If I die in Dakshinayana Punyakala, what happens? From July 15th to next January 15th, 6 months, definitely I will not go to Brahmaloka. I will be there revolving in different dimensions, different lokas, and then after exhausting the karmas there, again I will take rebirth here. That's what people think, our Gurudev said. It is not like that. It is not like that. He made 2 points very clear, our Gurudev. ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಎರಡು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರು. ಬಹುಶಃ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ನೀನು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಹೇಳು ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಆದೇಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. He said, see, point number 1. Lord using the word Brahmavida, Janaha, Brahmaloka Gachanti. Andre, they are all jnanis, but they are not complete jnanis. Almost they are at the threshold level, one step lower. Almost they are realized. So they can be definitely called jnanis in normal sense. ಅವರು ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳೇ, ಆದರೆ ನಿಜ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅದು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಾಕಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. And he gave that example. One example to scientifically oriented our Gurudev. I think that is the best example ever have come across to explain this paradox here. ಈ ಸಂದಿಗ್ಧತೆಯನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. He said, look, after all primary and high school, higher education, you go to a college and get a degree, 3 years, 4 years, whatever you read, take examination, pass out and get, you become a degree holder. Now, once you complete the examination, valuation is done, then your marks card will appear. It will say you have passed or failed. Your marks card is authentic. The moment you receive the marks card, final year degree, you are called graduate. Because the proof is there, marks card. With that marks card, you are called a BSc or a BA graduate, BCom graduate, whatever it is. Then you are entitled for a job with that marks card. That is authentic by the university given only, sent. You are graduate, no doubt. But the difference is, he said, after that you have to apply for convocation to the university. Wait for the time. Pay the fee, appropriate fee. Then a convocation is conducted. Then you are awarded the degree certificate by the university with your name, with the Vice Chancellor's signature. That degree certificate is authentic. That on that day you are the real degree holder. Even though the marks card already you have received, you are a graduate, but technically, officially, when do you become a degree holder? After convocation, you receive the degree from the Vice Chancellor with his signature, that certificate. So that is the difference between the Brahmajnani here Lord is mentioning and real Brahmajnanis or Jivan Muktas. Because Jivan Muktas, there is no question of Uttarayana or Dakshinayana. No question of daytime or night time. Already he has crossed over. He has crossed over the samsara. The bondage has already been cut. So where is the question of all these time factors? The roots. It is meant for others. That's what Gurudev gave the example. Because second example what he gave was, already in the same chapter, 8th, Akshara Brahma Yoga, he has made one point very clear in the beginning with the 2 shlokas. Beginning only. At the time of death, if you remember me, definitely, absolutely without any doubt, you reach me only. Remember this, Arjuna. He has made that point. At the time of death, if you remember me all the time continuously, if you think me, if you take my name, Andre, anybody who remembers God's name at the time of death will definitely reach God. Absolutely. That Lord himself has said. Antakalecha ಮಾಮೇವ ಸ್ಮರನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ್ವಾ ಕಲೇವರಂ ಯಃ ಪ್ರಯಾತಿ ಸ ಮದ್ಭಾವಂ ಯಾತ್ರಿ ನಾಸ್ತತ್ಯ ಸಂಶಯಃ. ಅತ್ರ ನ ಅಸ್ತಿ ಸಂಶಯಃ. ಯಃ ಪ್ರಯಾತಿ ಸ ಮದ್ಭಾವಂ ಅಂತಕಾಲೇ ಚ ಮಾಮೇವ ಸ್ಮರನ್ ಮುಕ್ತ್ವಾ ಕಲೇವರಂ. Anybody who remembers me at the time of death and gives up the body, muktva kalevaram, yah prayati sa madbhavam yati, he will reach me only. He has said that point very clear. Adu helida mele, after saying that, why these two shlokas again he is mentioning? No correlation at all. He has made the point very clear. Then why these two shlokas? People who die in the first 6 months, Uttarayana Punikara, they reach Brahmaloka. Others they will not reach. They will come back. So this is the insight. This is the point. That is how our Gurudev used to say. How difficult is Bhagavad Gita to follow in entirety. Because here and there are shlokas. Among the 700 shlokas, Lord puts in between without any connection. This in the introduction, if you remember, some 2 years back, all these points were given in detail. How confusion creates in the mind. So, next shloka. Dhumo ratri sada Krishna shanmasa dakshinayanam tatra chandramasam jyotir yogi prapya nivartate. That's we are coming to that today. So after Uttarayana, Lord speaking about Dakshinayana, next 6 months, after July 15th, 14th onwards, after Guru Purnima, Dakshinayana Punya Kala commences. In the Ashadha Masa, after the full moon day. That is the Dakshinayana period, 6 months period, up to next January 14th. So Lord says, anybody, tatra chandramasam jyotir yogi prapya nivartate. Yogi, he refers the word. Any yogi, any exalted soul, any sadhaka, any aspirant, spiritual aspirant, athava, any scholarly person, virtuous person, righteous person, a person who believes in Veda with all faith and Shraddha and devotion, performs all Veda Vihita Karmagalu. Yogi means same thing here. ತಾನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಹೋಮ ಹವನ ಯಜ್ಞ ದಾನ ತಪಸ್ಸು ಇವುಗಳನ್ನ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹವನು ಯೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. The one who follows the injunctions of the Veda, follows all the rituals of Veda, he performs all the necessary sacrifices, yajna, and he performs charity, dana, and tapas, austerities, penance, including worshipping the Lord, devata anusthana, devata poojeyanna ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆಯಿಂದ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಯಜ್ಞ ಹೋಮ ಯಾಗ ಹವನಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನನ್ನ ಸದಾ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅವನು ಯೋಗಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂತಹ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಜನರು, they are noble people, sattvic people. So such noble sattvic people, if they die in Dakshinayana, what he says, if they die, bhumo ratristhata Krishna shanmasa dakshinayanam. Such people, when they die in the next 6 months in the night time, what happens? The Jivatma, the embodied soul, the Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, after the death, it is coming out of the body. It is received by different entities called Devas or Devatas, invisible, divine principles. The Jivatma or the entity is first received. Yavaga? ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಯನ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಾಲಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಅಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಯೋಗಿಯೇ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮೊದಲು ಆತ ಧೂಮ, ದ ದೇವತಾ is responsible for smoke, darkness and earth. Ajnana antartha. Dhuma means darkness, smoke or ajnana. So the entity is taken by the Abhimani Devata of Dhuma, handed over to Ratri Devata, to the night Devata, and from there the entity is handed over to Krishna, means Krishna Paksha Devata, then Shanmasa Dakshinayinam, then Rutu Devata, followed by Dakshinayana Devata. Like that, it is tossed over. Different divine principles will guide the Jivatma ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ದೇಹ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಗವಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಯನ ಮಾಸ 6 ತಿಂಗಳ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಯೋಗಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಈ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ದೇಹವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮೊದಲು ಧೂಮಾಭಿಮಾನಿಯಾದ ದೇವತೆ ಆ ಜೀವಾತ್ಮನನ್ನು ಕರೆದುಕೊಂಡು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ ದೇವತೆಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ ದೇವತೆ ಈ ಜೀವಾತ್ಮನನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಮುಂದೆ ಈ ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಯಣ ಪುಣ್ಯಕಾಲದ ಆ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ ದೇವತೆಗೆ ಈ ಜೀವಾತ್ಮನನ್ನು ದಾಟಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ದೇವತೆ ಈ ಜೀವಾತ್ಮನನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ ಚಾಂದ್ರಮಸಂ ಚಂದ್ರಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ದಾಟಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಚಂದ್ರಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಯಾದ ದೇವತೆ ಆತನನ್ನ ತನ್ನ ಬಳಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಲ ಮುಗಿದ ನಂತರ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪಿತೃಲೋಕ ಅಂತ. ಚಾಂದ್ರಮಸಂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಂದ್ರಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಜೀವಾತ್ಮ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಿತೃಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ವೇದಾಂತ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ಉಪನಿಷತ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ. ಇದನ್ನು ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮವಾಗಿ ಭಗವಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಯಣದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಕೊನೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಿತೃಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ? ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರು ಯಜ್ಞ, ಹೋಮ, ದಾನ, ತಪಸ್ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ವೇದ ವಿಹಿತ ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರಾಗಿ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕರಾಗಿ ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅವರು ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪಿರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ದೇ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪಿರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. They are not aspiring for Brahmajnana. They are seeped in the worldly life. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಜೀವನದ ಸುಖಭೋಗಗಳು ಬೇಕು, ಸ್ವರ್ಗಲೋಕದ ಸುಖಭೋಗಗಳು ಬೇಕು. ಈ ತರಹದ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಯೋಗಿಗಳು. ಇಂತಹ ಯೋಗಿಗಳು, ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಜನಗಳು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರ ಆಸೆಗಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ಮುಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ ಹೆವನ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಪಿತೃಲೋಕ. ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಪಿತೃಲೋಕ. After some time they will come back again for Punarjanma. That's what Lord is hinting here. Dhumo ratristata Krishna Shanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyotir Yogi Prapya Nivartate. These two things, Chandogya Upanishad and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, detailed explanations are there. And all those details are summarized in Rebirth book, what our Gurudeva has written. That is the last book he wrote. Extensively has mentioned. While translating that book again, some small lingering doubts were there. Again he clarified that. And while clarifying he said, all that is written in Rebirth, English book, absolute truth is there. But the absolute truth people will not understand. So I have curtailed most of the details. I have given just a few details of journey of the soul after death. There are 2 things. One, directly reaching Godhead, no return. Second, reaching Pitraloka. After some time, Pitraloka or heaven or other lokas, you enjoy the fruits of your action there, and then after completion of that, you will come back. You are forced back to the earth for next Janma. So he said, our Gurudev said, I have omitted most of the details. I have written only bare minimum information, because even this information given in Rebirth book, our Gurudev said, will not be understood by majority who read the book. So if I give all the details, the whole mystery of creation, nobody will understand. And our Gurudev made one succinct point here. The entire mystery of creation cannot be given out in the form of printed books. It is not meant for public. It is meant for direct perception. Only by the grace of God you will know it. That's what he mentioned. So at least if you read Rebirth book, you will know the meaning of these two shlokas, what he has mentioned here. Now the confusion elli barutte. Now the confusion sets in. Please go through this very clearly. First shloka, what he said? Those who die in the daytime, yavadu? First 15 days of every month in Uttarayana Punyakala, daytime, they will go to Brahmaloka. They will not come back. No rebirth. This shloka, what he says? Dhomo ratristhata Krishna Shanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyotir Yogi Prapya. Tatra Chandramasam Jyotim Prapya Yogi Nivartate. He will come back to earth. So in the next 6 months, Dakshinayana Punyakala, if you die in the night time, that too Krishna word, in the Krishna Paksha, the next 15 days of the month. See, ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು ತಮಾಷೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎರಡನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಯಣ ಪುಣ್ಯಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದಿನ 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಜುಲೈ 15ರಿಂದ ರಫ್ಲಿ ಜನವರಿ 14th ವರೆಗೆ, ಯಾರು ಆ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ the next 15 days of the month, which involves Amavasya, night time, if they die, they will go to Pitraloka and then they come back later for Punarjanma. That's what he mentions here. Then what happens to people who die in the daytime in Dakshinayana? Again, same question. Then what happens to the people who die in the daytime of Dakshinayana Punyakala? So, ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳೋದು, ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಇದೇ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ, ವೇದವನ್ನ ಓದಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪಂಡಿತರು, ಪಂಡಿತೋತ್ತಮರು, ವೇದಿಕ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್, ಪುರೋಹಿತರು, ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಿಗಳು, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋರು, ಆಲ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್, ವೇದಿಕ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಥಿಂಕ್ a person who dies in Dakshinayana Punyakala will never go to heaven. It is an unauspicious period. So it is not advisable to die in Dakshinayana Punyakala. And our Gurudev humorously said, people forget that the moment the Jivatma is born in the form of a human body, everything is pre-decided. The Prarabdha is there. As long as Prarabdha is there, the body will survive and the body will go off, it will die once the Prarabdha closes. It is fixed, already decided, already destined. Only we don't know. So the date of birth, when it is decided, date of death is also decided. And Gurudev was smilingly telling. So, by knowing these two shlokas, you cannot change or postpone your day of death according to your choicest timing. He was laughingly talking. Just because Bhishma could do it, you cannot do it. Last time it was told, the story of Bhishma was some very, it is a particular aspect there involved. Why he had, there were no necessity, but he had to wait because of the curse and the boon. Both he had. The boon was Ichhamarani. So to fulfill the prophecy of the boon, he had to show to the world that he is Ichhamarani. So he had to wait. There was no necessity for Bhishma to wait, but he waited for Uttarayana Punyakala to explain the significance of the Kala. So our Gurudev said. So you can think like this. By chance, if somebody dies in the family, you can say the possibility, yeah, he has died in Uttarayana Punyakala as mentioned as per the injunctions here. So definitely it is a good period and he will reach Brahmaloka, whatever it is. So it is a sort of a mental solace, nothing other than that. ಈಗ ಸಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದು ಭಗವಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನೇ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಥಾವತ್ತಾಗಿ ಈ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಳಿ ನಾವು ತೀರ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ, ನಮಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾವು, ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರಬೇಕೋ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಗವಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಗಾಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್, ಅಂತಕಾಲೇಜ ಮಾಮಯವ ಸ್ಮರಣ ಮುಕ್ತ್ವಾ ಕಲೇವರಂ, ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ beginning only as said in the 8th chapter. If you remember me, you will reach me. He has made it very clear. So you follow that principle. Now itself you start Nama Japa. That's what our Gurudev always used to say. When you know the truth, follow the injunction. If you start now, 100% our Gurudev said you will remember at the time of death. So why are you bothered whether you die in Uttarayana or Dakshinayana, whether you die in night time or daytime? It is already decided. So you don't confuse your mind, carry away with these explanations. Remember the truth, the absolute truth. Have the God in the mind. Always do the Nama Japa. Always think of me. That's what our Gurudev said. And I am there to reach you, take you to the Godhead. That is exactly how a Guru behaves. A Sadguru's role is to see our spiritual upliftment. Third point he said, very Gurudev. ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಹಾತ್ಮರನ್ನ ಕುರಿತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಜ್ಞಾನ, ಇನ್ನು ಅಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೃಢ ಜ್ಞಾನವ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕುರಿತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ ಮಹಾತ್ಮರು, ಸಾತ್ವಿಕರು, ದಾನ ಧರ್ಮ ಯಜ್ಞ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಸ್? ನಾವು ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲ, ತಪಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಜ್ಞ ದಾನ ಧರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದವರಲ್ಲ, ವೇದಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದವರಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾದ neither we have done any charity in the real sense, nor we have done any penance, nor austerities we have followed, nor we are above the common vices controlling our mind. We are not devoid of desires. We have done so many wrong things, so many evil things in life. Then what about us? The Lord says there are two routes. By one route, if you go, you will reach Brahmaloka, you will not come back. No Punarjanma, fine. In another route, if you go, you have to come back. And I don't belong to those two categories. I am a ajnani, I am an ordinary fellow, I am a wicked fellow, I am an evil fellow, I am a bad fellow. ಇಂಥ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಜಗತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥವರೇ ತುಂಬಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಗತಿ ಏನು? What happens to most of the people who are not noble souls, who are not sattvic people, who are not jnanis? What happens to them? Then our Gurudev said, there is a third category here, which Lord has not mentioned. Very beautifully, humorously, jokingly, he hit the point so correct. There is a third category you must remember here, which Lord has not mentioned here. That third category is the category of coming and going, he said. There is a third category, most of the people belong to. That category is category of Jayasva, Mriyasva. That is the word he used. So most of the people, ordinary people, andre tamasic people, wicked people, evil people, ಯಾರು ದುರಾಚಾರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೋ, ಪಾಪ ಕೃತ್ಯಗಳನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ, ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಪಾತ್ಮರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದರೋಡೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ವಂಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, such cunning people, robbers, such duracharis, they belong to the third category. So they are not to be mentioned. So Lord has not mentioned about them. They belong to Jayasva, Mriyasva category, he said. That means they die, immediately they are born as non-human beings, animal life. ಈ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಭಾಗದ ಜನಗಳು ದೇಹ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ನಂತರ, ಸತ್ತ ನಂತರ, ಪ್ರಾಣ ಹೋದ ನಂತರ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೀಟಗಳಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಜಂತುಗಳಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಒದ್ದಾಟ ಆ ಜಂತುಗಳಾಗಿ, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಾಗಿ, ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ನೂರಾರು, ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ಆದ ನಂತರ ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಬಲದಿಂದ, ಅವರ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬಹುದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಜನ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಕಳೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊಳ್ಳೆಯಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ, ನೊಣ ಆಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಇತರೆ ಜಂತುಗಳಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಆಸ್ ಮಸ್ಕಿಟೋಸ್, ಫ್ಲೈಸ್, ಬೀಟಲ್ಸ್, varieties of insects, caterpillars, worms living in filth, and animals like pigs, dogs, bandicoots, rats, cockroaches. That's what our Gurudev said. So most of the people who are wicked, these two roots are closed. They are born and born, born and born, born and they die, they born and they die. So imagine a cockroach life is hardly 2 or 3 days. A mosquito life is hardly 1 or 2 days or 3 days. Most of the insects live for a short period. Most of the animals live for a short period. They die. Again they are born as the same animal. Again they die. They are born. So a cockroach may be born again 100 times, 200 times as cockroach only. That jiva. Later, from cockroach birth, it may be promoted to another insect birth. Like that our Gurudev said. So ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನಗಳು ಈ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ಈ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟವರೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅವರು ಹುಟ್ಟೋದು ಸಾಯೋದೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪಾಪ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಮಾಡಿದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪಿಷ್ಠರು, ನರಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪಿತೃಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಚಂದ್ರಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನರಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನರಕ ಯಾತನೆಯನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಾಯ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಾಯ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ category. That is what Lord has not mentioned here. So these things we have to remember very clearly. And next shloka he makes it very clear. Shukla Krishne gatihyete jagata shashvate mate ekaya yatyana vrittim anyaya vartate punah. Ekaya yati anavrittim anyaya punah avartate. Second line, if you split. Ekaya anavrittim yati, from one root, anavrittim, no return, janmarahitya sthiti, point of no return, anavritti. From one root, if you go, you don't come back, no more birth, closed. You have joined, attained Godhead directly. Anyaya avartate punaha, from the other root, you come back and come back and come back. So going and coming is always there. Ekaya yatyana vrittim anyaya vartate punah. Second line. Ekaya yati anavrittim anyaya avartate punah. So these two paths are eternal, Arjuna. Shukla Krishne gati hete jagatah shashvate mate. So in this srishti, jagatah, in this creation, as long as the creation is sustained, till the end of Brahma, 100 years life, these two roots are eternally present. One is Shukla, that is brighter root, that is Devayana. Another is Pitruyana. Devayana, people who choose, they are highly exalted, they become jnanis, they attain Parabrahma in Brahmaloka. Less than that, Krishnayana, Pitruyana, other road, they go to Pitruloka. They enjoy all the benefits in the heaven, and they appropriately, after the exhaustion of the fruits of the benefits, they have to again take birth. Later in the coming chapters, Lord mentions this point very clear. Punye kshene vinashyati matyaloke. He makes it very clear. After exhausting the punya in the heavens or Pitraloka, Jivatma again has to enter for Punarjanma. So these two paths are eternal, remember Arjuna. So it means, if I am desireless, if I am totally devoted, if I remember always God in my mind, if I constantly endeavor to reach God, if the mind is devoid of vasanas and desires, at the time of death, definitely I reach God at. So, Nishkama Bhakti iddalli Paramatmananna serodu khandita. That is the purport of the meaning. Sakama Bhakti iddalli Punarjanma Nishchita. But if I have desires left because of my vasanas, because of the prarabdhas, if the desires are left unfulfilled, then I will be taking constant rebirth again and again, again and again, till I reach a state by the Guru's grace, so that I can continue the sadhana and then reach the final beatitude. By Guru's grace. Sadguruvina krupe aguva tanaka punarjanma idde irutte ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So to make this point finally very clear, he ends the chapter, Akshara Brahma Yoga. The last shloka is so important. As our Gurudev used to say, every shloka is important. 28th shloka, Akshara Brahma Yoga, last shloka. So in conclusion, what Lord is telling us, ಭಗವಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಇದೆರಡೂ ಹೇಳಿದ ನಂತರ ಉತ್ತರಾಯಣ ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಯಣ ಇವೆರಡೂ ಕಾಲಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ ನಂತರ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಭಗವಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ವೇದೇಶು ಯಜ್ಞೇಶು ತಪಸು ಚೈವ ದಾನೇಶು ಯತ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲಂ ಪ್ರದಿಷ್ಟಂ ಅತ್ಯೇತಿ ತತ್ ಸರ್ವಮಿದಂ ವಿದಿತ್ವಾ ಯೋಗಿ ಪರಂ ಸ್ಥಾನಮುಪೈತಿ ಚಾದ್ಯಂ. ವೇದೇಶು ಯಜ್ಞೇಶು ತಪಸು ಚೈವ ದಾನೇಶು ಯತ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲಂ ಪ್ರದಿಷ್ಟಂ. Lord is very clearly mentioning. We have to remember this. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಭಗವಂತ ಏನು ಸೂಚನೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಸಾಧಕರಿಗೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪಿರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. He is giving a direct hint here. Not for common man, please remember, not for ajnanis. For sadhakas, Lord is giving the hint here. ಯತ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲಂ ಪ್ರದಿಷ್ಟಂ. ಯಾವ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲವು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತದೆಯೋ, ಹೇಳಲಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಯಾವುದು? ವೇದೇಶು ಯಜ್ಞೇಶು ತಪಸೋ ದಾನೇಶು ಚ ಏವ. ವೇದೇಶು ಯಜ್ಞೇಶು ತಪಸಃ ದಾನೇಶು ಚ ಏವ. All the punya phalas, the benefits which you accrue, which you get, which you obtain by Vedeshu, by constantly reading Vedas. ವೇದಾಧ್ಯಯನದಿಂದ, ವೇದ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನದಿಂದ, ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ವೇದಗಳನ್ನು ಓದೋದರಿಂದ, ವೇದ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋದರಿಂದ ಯಾವ ಫಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲ. ಯಜ್ಞೇಶು, ಯಜ್ಞಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಮಾಡೋದರಿಂದ, when you conduct sacrifices as per ritualistic points given in Veda, when you conduct regular sacrifices, yajna, ಅದರಿಂದ ಯಾವ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, the benefits what you accrue, what you get. Tapasuhu, from the penance, from the meditation, tapas, whatever you get benefit out of that. Daneshu, from the charity. ದಾನವನ್ನು ನೀಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ದಾನವನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಪಾತ್ರರಿಗೆ, ಸಂಕಟದಲ್ಲಿರೋರಿಗೆ, ಅಯಾಚಿತರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಾದ ಸಹಾಯ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಸೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ದಾನವನ್ನು ನೀಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆಗೋ ಒಂದು ಸತ್ಫಲ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ, ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಡೂ ಎ ಚಾರಿಟಿ, when we conduct yajnas, when we conduct tapas, and when we conduct recitation of Veda mantras. Atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. Tat sarvamidam viditva yogi atyeti. See, the yogi, knowing all these things, the secret of Kala, previous two shlokas. Atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi. Tat sarvamidam viditva yogi atyeti. Atyeti means he will cross over such benefits which normally you get by doing constant penance, constant recitation of Veda mantras, by constant dana. Whatever you get, benefit. Beyond that, the yogi will cross over and he will get automatically all such benefits. And param sthana upaiti chadyam. And he will enter into the final abode, the absolute, the parandhama, the attainment of Godhead. Andre artha ಏನು, what Lord says here. ಭಗವಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ? ಯಾವ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಫಲಗಳು ವೇದಗಳ ಅಧ್ಯಯನದಿಂದ, ವೇದಗಳ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನದಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತದೆಯೋ, ಜೀವಮಾನವಿಡೀ ವೇದಗಳನ್ನು ಓದೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಜೀವಮಾನವಿಡೀ ಯಜ್ಞಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ದಾನ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ತಪಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯಾವ ಫಲಗಳು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೋ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ ಯೋಗಿಗೆ ತತ್ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಏನ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋ ಯೋಗಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲದ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋ ಯೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದರ್ಥ. The yogi who has understood the two paths very clearly, the brighter path and southern path. Brighter path Uttarayana, southern path ಅಂದ್ರೆ dark path, Dakshinayana. When these two paths, these two margas, if you have understood correctly, then you will cross over all these things. And param sthanam upaiti. Adyam param sthanam upaiti. He will cross over everything, he will reach the Paramapada, the abode of God, directly. That is the meaning. Another interpretation of this shloka andre, atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva andre, idi ellavannu tilkondu, knowing all these things andre, the other interpretation is correctly understanding what Lord has told in this 8th chapter completely entartha. Tat sarvamidam viditva. Whatever in Akshara Brahma Yoga chapter Lord has mentioned, if you correctly understand, another second interpretation. You need not do then anything else. You will directly reach Godhead. That is the meaning. Why? The key shloka in this chapter is already well said. 2 shlokas are there. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. If you understand this, this is the key bija mantra in this chapter. ಭಗವಂತನನ್ನ ಕೊನೆಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಭಗವಂತನನ್ನು ಸೇರೋದು ನಿಶ್ಚಿತ ಅಂತ ಭಗವಂತನೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸರಳವಾದ ಏನಿದೆ? ದಾನ, ಯಜ್ಞ, ತಪಸ್ಸು, ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಜಪ, ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನ, ವ್ರತಗಳು, ತೀರ್ಥಯಾತ್ರೆಗಳು, ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಪೂಜೆ, 3 ಹೊತ್ತು ಪೂಜೆ, ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಷಿಪಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದ 3 times ಪೂಜಾ, taking bath all the 3 times, performing all the rituals. They are all difficult. Penance, very difficult in Kali Yuga. Compared to that, remembering him, easy. That is a key shloka here. Another shloka along with that is Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavan Tiratyante Kalevaram Tam Tamaevaiti Kaunteya Sada Tad Bhava Bhavitaha Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. That is the meaning of the shloka. Whatever you think you will become, Arjuna. So if you think of Lord, you join Lord. ನೀನು ಭಗವಂತನನ್ನು ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಭಗವಂತನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀಯ ಕೊನೆಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಭಗವಂತ. ನೀನು ಬೇರೆ ಏನೋ ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ನೀನು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡು. ಯು ಚೂಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್, ವೆದರ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಟು ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಸಂಸಾರ. ಯು ಚೂಸ್. ಸಿ, Those two shlokas refers to the two eternal paths. If you think, desire something else other than God, this cycle is always waiting for you to capture. ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಸಾವನಲ್ಲೇ ತಿರುಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಾಯಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಳುಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಬೇಡ, ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಭಗವಂತ ನೀನೇ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಕಳ್ಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಟು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಎರಡು ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾದ ಗತಿ ಇರೋದು ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್. ತತ್ ಸರ್ವಮಿದಂ ವಿದಿತ್ವಾ ಯೋಗಿ ಆದ್ಯಂ ಪರಂ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಉಪೈತಿ. ಇದು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಿಜವಾದ ಯೋಗಿ ಭಗವಂತನನ್ನೇ ಸೇರುತ್ತಾನೆ. He will join the final abode, the absolute state. He will become one with the absolute, merge with the Brahma. Whatever words we use. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಈ 8ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಅಕ್ಷರ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಯೋಗ ಗುರುಗಳ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪದಂತೆ ಮುಗೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಸಲ 9ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ. ಸರ್ವರೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. ವಸುದೇವ ಸುತಂ ದೇವಂ ಕಂಸಜಾಣೂರಮರ್ದನಂ ದೇವಕೀ ಪರಮಾನಂದಂ ಕೃಷ್ಣಂ ವಂದೇ ಜಗದ್ಗುರುಂ. ಮೂಕಂ ಕರೋತಿ ವಾಚಾಲಂ ತದ್ಭುಂ ಲಗ್ನಯತೆ ಗಿರಿಂ ಯತ್ಕೃಪಾತಮಹಂ ವಂದೇ ಪರಮಾನಂದಮಾಧವಂ. ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯ ನರಂ ಚೈವ